this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a most marvelous day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not. Well, y'all, the streets are still hot with talk about the woman that was bricked in the face in Houston, Texas a few days ago. And I have been scouring the internet looking for Black American men to condemn what happened to her. And I say Black American men because I'm a Black American woman, and I want to know what the men in my ethnic group think about something like this happening to a woman. So I did look. I looked and I found several men who were willing to condemn it, but not before they dragged the woman's name through the mud. That was not acceptable to me. I was looking for a condemnation without dragging this woman all the way down. I am honestly surprised by the number of Black men who really want to get some things off their chest about Black women, and they're using this incident to indict Black women over some gripe that didn't have anything to do with this man hitting this woman in the face with a brick because she didn't want to give him her cell phone number. But fortunately, I found two who said exactly what I thought needed to be said. But before I reveal those two, I have something else to say. Now, most people will admit that what happened to her was wrong, but everybody wants to tell how terrible a person she is. First of all, even in that hospital room when she was crying about what happened to her, she said 4 important words: I love my community. People in the Somali community vouch for the fact that she is active in that community and that she helps the people in that community. I am sure that there are a lot of people in that community who don't speak English and who don't know how to navigate the system, but they vouch for her. And when the people in your community vouch for you, that validates you. Now, she's a young woman, so she's out here doing the most. She's being extra and running her mouth like a lot of women do. But as she said before, I'm not hurting anybody. And men just don't like her. They don't like her free spirit. They don't like her open-mindedness. They don't like her twerking and just being herself, her own free self, exercising her own free will. They just don't like that. But she's not hurting anybody. She wasn't hurting anybody. Even the whole thing about slapping the white men, they tried to make a big deal out of that. But it turns out it was a skit and it was consensual. But she wasn't hurting anybody. And another thing is, since when are women required to give their cell phone number to a man? Most women do not want to give random men their telephone numbers. They just don't. They'll take their number, but most women don't want to give random men their telephone number. And now we hear that not only are women giving these men their numbers, sometimes fake numbers, but now they're having to stand there while the man dials the number to see if they gave them the right number. That's insane to me. You are not required to give anybody a telephone number. And you standing there while they dial the number is a form of intimidation, it's a form of bullying, and a form of harassment. There is something wrong with that. And one of the things that I have noticed with interest is that all up and down social media, men are boasting and bragging with pride that they are not going to protect this woman. They are not going to protect women. And there's a very obvious thing that has not been stated. So I guess it's on me to state the obvious. That woman wouldn't have needed protection if that man had minded his damn business. He was the one out of order, not her. She was not out of order to say that she did not want to give him her cell phone number. And that was a sign right there that she didn't want to be bothered with him. Now, they're talking about black women being masculine and nobody wanting black women and black women being not submissive and all of this, but yet and still you want her telephone number. And if you know that you cannot handle rejection, you should not be asking for somebody's cell phone number in public. It's very poor etiquette, and even though women like men with swagger, they also like men with manners. So some of these people need to brush up on their manners. So black men have very effectively got the word out that not only are they not going to protect black women, but that they are going to be the main perpetrators of black women and the main reason why black women need protection. And they seem to be very proud of that. I see old men out here on social media talking about how awful black women are and all of this stuff that they say. Black men do not see where this is headed. So while they're rejoicing over the fact that they don't protect black women, they also need to look at the other side of that coin. It's not just going to be about open season on black women like they seem to think it's going to be. Oh, no, 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 no. Protection for black women will probably come from an unexpected source, but it will come. They seem to forget that black people are not the only people in America, and black women are not the only people that complain about black men. And these incidents are not going to keep happening without there being some kind of intervention. And when the day of reckoning comes, they're going to be surprised at who turns up against them. And it may not even be black women. It might be the boule, black men that they don't like or respect, but black men who do not want their names to go down in mud with these type of men. We can only hope that there are black men who don't think like these men, but who value black women because they are a part of black women. Now, before I reveal the two black men who gave very responsible, man-like responses to this incident, in my opinion, let me remind everybody that we are commanded to love each other and to respect each other's humanity. And if you can't just come out and say you love or make yourself care about the well-being of other people, at least do no harm. Do no harm. That is the next best thing if you can't bring yourself to care about other people. Just do no harm. So here goes my two favorites. The first content creator I thought did a good job of encapsulating the whole event and speaking on it from the standpoint of a black man in America seeing something or hearing about something like this happening to a black woman is Willie D. He is a former rapper, or he might still be rapping, but he has a very macho image and he sounds like a black man who says what he means and mean what he says. And so his message really resonated with me. He has done several videos about this, as have I, but his latest video to me was the best. And I will leave a link to his video in the description box. The second content creator who came with a message that I respected is Dr. Rashad Ritchie. Dr. Rashad Ritchie is a lawyer. I think he's a lawyer or whatever he is. He's very good at what he does. And he came with a very strong message. He even went back to the hood he was brought up in and said this wouldn't happen in my hood and that it wasn't such a great hood, but you weren't going to go and knock a woman upside the head with a brick because she wouldn't give you her cell phone number. So his message was macho to the point of almost being gangster, which really sort of surprised me. It was almost like, don't let these glasses fool you. So I did like his message. And he said anybody who wanted to come on his show and debate him, he was welcome to have them on that show. So I really liked that. And in closing, I'll say that in the world that we're living in now, it seems like some people don't know where the boundaries are. You don't know where the line is. So one thing you can do is mind your own business. And for men, I think it's a good idea to assume that a woman might not want to give you her telephone number. A random woman that you met at a club may not want to give you her telephone number, so give her yours. If you want to talk to her, that's a good way for you to know whether or not she wants to talk to you. So give her your number, and that way she can put it in her purse, or she can keep it in her hand, and when she's out of sight, she can throw it in the garbage. But I think you should assume that it's as good of a chance that a woman doesn't want to talk to you as that she does. And you should govern yourself accordingly. But let me know what you think about the video. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. Share the video. And as always, have a great day.